Hey guys, so I just wanted to end up showing you my hand. I feel like Trip Gaming playing Pin Death Deck, but I wanted to honestly show you guys my build. He plays more of the Pin Synchro, so I just wanted to end up showing you guys my line of play. Just as a heads up, the guy does end up quitting, but I will show you my inboard, which is nutty. I honestly didn't end up seeing it being that way with the hand that I had. But let's just go through the line of plays. So I'm going to activate Reflection, and then I'm going to activate Instant Fusion, which is going to allow me to get a counter on Reflection, and it's also going to allow me to get Millennium Eye, so I can play through a hand trap. So I activate it, pay my life points, then I get Millennium Eye, get my counter on Reflection, and then my next line of play was going to be Allure of Darkness, which is going to allow me to draw 2. I decided to do that just because I'd rather draw 2 to banish 1 versus banish 10 and hope that I didn't banish the cards that I needed to extend my plays further and draw 2. So it's more of a chance for you to brick or for you to banish your lines of play with Allure versus Desires. So I ended up activating Allure, and plus I had a Dark in hand. So I end up getting into Jackal King, and I get into right hand, which isn't bad. So I banish my Time Gazer. I get 2 counters on Reflection. I'm going to activate Desires now. So I send 10. So this is the part where the guy ends up quitting. I just honestly wanted to find out how I could be able to flip my cards in my banish zone face up, so I don't have to hover over them with my mouse cursor every single time I think that I had those cards in my banish zone. So he ends up quitting just because I'm trying to find out what's going on. I do draw into Spell Power Mastery and Allure of Darkness again, which is not that bad. But you'll see how I turn out with this hand and you know, play from there. So I'm asking him questions. Oh, okay, not yet. So I activate Reflection. I end up special summoning him, and I activate summon Jackal King so I can have 2 monster interruptions. Okay, yeah, this is where the guy quits. He was basically telling me to put Desires on the field and having an option underneath the card to be able to see, you know, where you can click the banish zone area and be able to flip your cards over and be able to see what's going on. So that didn't work. Dude ends up quitting. So here's where I end up just playing around with my hand just to see what I can end up doing. And what I do is I end up activating Spellcaster Mastery. I get into Servant. I put counters on Jackal King. Activate Servant. I just blind and Allure just to see what I draw into, and it actually was pretty good. I already banished a Mighty Master, so this would be my second one that I banished, but the good thing is that I have Reflection on the field right here, so I can end up getting into my rank 7 to get into Vortex, and you'll see how that pans out. So I banish my Mighty Master and get a counter on Servant. Activate Blue Boy. Get Secrets, activate Secrets to get Knowledge. That puts me with 2 counters on Serpent, and then I activate Knowledge, and then I get honestly the best 2 cards that I can honestly hope for. So I end up getting, I get counters on Jackal King. I activate Souls. I'm going to send Mighty Master to the grave so I can be able to get it from the grave. Okay, so I activate Upstart Garden so I can be able to get my 3rd counter on Servant. I'm going to get rid of Souls, and I'm going to get rid of Millennium Eye to get Crowley. Crowley's dead honestly at this point because you already saw me do basically the Blue Boy package. So I'm going to now end up activating Servant. I'm going to end up getting another Jackal King. So that's going to be a 3rd or a 2nd monster negate, but you will see that I do end up getting Millennium Eye, so I will have about 3 to 4 negate monster effects. So I activate both of those because I'm going to end up going into Selene, and I want her to be able to get enough spell counters as possible. I activate her effect. She, I think, has 10 counters, but she ends up being, what, 7? Yeah. And then I special summon from the grave, Mighty Master, and then I go into my rank 7 for Odd Eyes, and then I get into Cross Sheep, special summon Vortex, and misclicked. But now Cross Sheep's effect activates. I'm going to special summon Soul, and I'm going to activate his effect. Or I'm sorry, I'm going to activate Restage's effect to be able to get Millennium Eye, and then I'm going to activate Soul's effect. So that's busted. I don't know if you guys know this card, Magician's Restage is so busted and always live when it comes to pendulums, because I can end up special summoning basically any of my lower level monsters, which is Magician's Eyes, I'm sorry, Magician's Souls, Millennium Eyes, or Blue Boy, to be able to put them back on to the field, to the board, to extend my plays further. And also I can have Magician's Restage to be able to pop for Soul's effect to be able to get an additional draws. So I'm going to draw into another Magician's Soul. I'm going to send those two to end up getting into another Selene. And Selene is not a hard once per turn, if you guys don't know. It is a soft once per turn, so I can use it every single time she gets special summoned. So I'm going to give her 10 counters. I'm going to activate her effect again, and then I'm going to end up getting into a Mighty Master. So that's the end board, guys. So if you look at it, I have Millennium Eye. I don't have to send it to the grave because it's not underneath the instant fusions conditions anymore, because I special summon it with my Magician's Restage. I have Mighty Master, I have Vortex, and I have 2 Jackal Kings. So I have 1 monster negate, 2 monster negate, 3 monster negate, 4 monster negate, and then also I have another negate, which is right here, Magician's Right Hand. It negates any first spell card that's activated. So that any spell card that my opponent activates, which I'm assuming he was playing Dinos, if he activated, his field spell, or if he activated his one card to be able to summon Conductor, it would get negated. And I know for the most part, Dinos mainly run those 2 spells. So that definitely is a great card to be able to out one of those cards. And then we got Mighty Master. So between those 2, that's a spell negate. Vortex can negate a spell too. So technically it's 2 to 3, spell negates and 4 monster negates, depending on however I play around it. Let's see if I can get into my grave. Okay, and then I have my grave, which I have another interruption, which is Reflection. So what I would do is I would end up seeing, after they end up going through Magician's Right Hand, I would end up activating Mighty Master's effect for that second spell if I need to possibly bounce my Jackal Kings if they have already activated their effects. For me to be able to activate Selene's effect again, to special summon Reflection, and what he does is he allows me to bounce a card on my opponent's field by sending one of my cards that have a spell counter on the field back to my hand. So he's really not going to really be that important in this situation. If I had monsters in my pin zones, then that definitely would help, and if they had counters, then that would help for sure. Because then I can end up bouncing one of them back to the field, and that's what Mighty Master kind of comes into. So more likely I would be using Right Hand, it would activate it automatically, and I'd be activating my monster negates basically, especially if I'm playing Dinos. So I just wanted to show you guys, honestly what I'm seeing is the best deck. I know Dragon Links is busted, I know Infernobles is busted, I know Dinos is busted. Sam just, posted up a video on YouTube that I checked out this morning as far as him getting his package from winning a championship duel online. So there's a lot of busted decks for sure, but I think that going first with this field, I don't see too many decks being able to play through it. The right hand honestly isn't consistent, and yes, this deck unfortunately does brick sometimes. I actually had a duel right before this that bricked hella bad, and I was playing against Dragon Link, and I got destroyed. And I wanted to put honestly some type of content out there for you guys to see because I've been consistently putting it out there, so I don't want to lose the momentum. But I just wanted to shoot this over to you guys and have you guys really just check this out real quick and see if you guys like it. Let me know too in the comments if you guys do want more of this. I can definitely show you guys more lines of plays because I do like pendulums. You guys did see me play 6Ms. I think 6Ms are definitely dope and fun. Unfortunately, with that deck and the lack of support to be able to play against this format in particular, it really ends up having a hard time when you do play against like 2 to 3 interruptions. I know I did show, the Maxi deck out, it playing through, 3 effect veilers, impermanence, ash, all of that stuff honestly is cool for me to actually run against if they don't hit me at the right time. Really hitting me with those cards with 2 monsters, which is Assault and my Battle Shogun. If you guys end up hitting those 2 renegades, I'm honestly going to be screwed because I won't be able to get into Gateway with Shogun, and Assault's not going to be able to extend my plays. So my point is that it's very fragile with pendulums. A lot of people honestly don't understand the lines of plays. And for the most part, the pendulum player doesn't honestly see his lines of plays until he starts to get into them through summoning, through activating cards on your pin skills, you drawing into your cards, and then you start seeing it unfold. So it's a little bit more of kind of blind hitting, with hand traps and hoping that they do interrupt you at the right time. But for the most part, people don't know. Or I end up getting into a monster negate before my 5th summon, so I can stop Nibiru. If they hit me with Gamma at the, typically at the wrong time, then, they definitely can allow me to continue to keep extending my plays like Dragon Links do. So anyway, I'm rambling on, guys. I appreciate you guys definitely checking out this video. I hope you guys like it. Again, please leave a like, comment, and like on this video. And again, tell me if you guys like this or not. All right, Kid Brave signing out.